What's up and welcome guys, I'm Luke Martin with ChopstickTravel.com and today I am in Terengganu on the eastern coast of peninsular Malaysia. This place is famous for its hundreds of kilometers of untouched, unpolluted, white sandy beaches just like this one we're on. But that is not why we are here. In fact, we are here for a massive food tour. We have picked out a ton of food and I know you guys are gonna like this episode, so make sure you stay tuned to the end because we are going to be eating a ton. I'm hungry, let's go eat. Okay, we are at our first stop today for breakfast and this just looks incredible. We are sitting down for a plate of Nasi Kerabu and we are at a very popular restaurant called Fozi Nasi Kerabu, and actually the Street Food World Congress 2017 named this in the top 50 street foods. You can even see on his sign outside he has said that, and I checked and it was number 22 or 23, so this spot is famous for good reason apparently, and that is for this dish here, the Nasi Kerabu, so let's dig in. Here we have an amazing plate of Nasi Kerabu, and certainly the most prominent thing on this plate would be this brilliant blue rice on the bottom. So this rice has actually been dyed with something called a blue pea flour. And then on top of all that we have a mixture of grated coconut, bean sprouts, and some herbs, and that is called ulum. Over here we have a salted egg. And then this is something that's very interesting and commonly eaten with Nasi Kerabu. That is called soluk lada, and that is a pepper that has been stuffed with minced fish, spiced minced fish, and then some coconut as well. And then of course we have the barbecued chicken that they are grilling out front, and that looks amazing. It is just completely charred on the exterior. And then also we got the beef that they are also barbecuing outside. And there's some other things hiding underneath here. You can see a little bit right here. That would be kind of like a fried grated coconut. And then on top we have, of course, some sambal chili sauce. So then all together this is an amazing looking plate of Nasi Kerabu. So one of my favorite parts about this restaurant, or one of the things that makes it so cool, is out front they are just grilling a ton of meat, chicken and beef, and it's just spiced in quite a bit of chilies, and I'm not even exactly sure, but it smells incredible, super smoky, and they are very popular, so they are cooking tons of that chicken and beef, and it looks incredible. We've ordered up the chicken and the beef. And this just smells incredible. I'm just gonna try to get sort of like a bite of everything. Maybe not that pepper yet, but definitely make sure we get some blue rice on the bottom. Lots of grated coconut and then that ulum mixture on top. So this should be a good bite. Oh wow. Oh, that's amazing. That grated coconut is incredible. It has such a like tropical flavor, but then at the same time, extremely spicy from that sambal sauce. And then the rice actually has sort of like a floral flavor to it, and that is incredible altogether. I also had a piece of the beef, and it kind of tasted like maybe the marinade had some sourness to it because there was a little bit of sourness in there, but altogether that is just incredible. Let's go for another bite. I'm just gonna go right in there again. Piece of that beef, one more time. That's a good bite. Oh, those bean sprouts, the ulum mixture on top is just incredible. It works so well with all the different components of this dish. Okay, I'm gonna break myself off a piece of this barbecue chicken over here and definitely get some of the rice, everything. Oh, that's gonna be a big bite. This is probably my favorite thing of the whole dish, is that grated coconut. It tastes so good with the rice. All right. So that barbecue chicken actually has a little bit of a sweetness to it. And I think the marinade might be different from the beef marinade because the beef almost had sort of like a sour spicy, and this is more of like a sweet and spicy, and it is still juicy though. That is like perfectly barbecued, smoky chicken, and then mixed with all that coconut and that blue rice. This is just a stellar dish, really. Okay, I'm gonna try out this here. This is called saluk lada, and just check that out. That is a massive pepper filled with minced fish and some spices, and then also I believe it's grated coconut and probably a little bit of coconut milk as well. So let's just try that. It's kind of just like a mini hot dog sort of with a pepper bun. Oh wow, that's awesome. It's not spicy at all. It's actually quite sweet, sort of like a bell pepper sweetness, and then there's like little bits of that grated coconut on the inside. And that minced fish meat doesn't taste fishy whatsoever. It's spiced only slightly. That's really simple, but really, really good. Finished off with that extremely tasty plate of nasi kerabu. Really what took it to the next level for me was that generous usage of coconut. I really just love coconut. And then of course, this extremely smoky barbecue chicken. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy, and extremely smoky. This place is awesome. I can see why it's in the top 50 best street foods. So let's head to our next location now.
Want eat here?
Yeah, eat here, please.
How old are you?
23.
Study?
No, travel. Yeah.
This is banana leaf.
Banana
and
leaf?
this glutinous rice.
With coconut?
Yeah?
Coconut?
Yeah, coconut.
Yeah.
Coconut milk.
Okay.
Coconut milk with sugar and salt.
Sugar and
inside.
salt, okay. And it's called Lemang? Or
Lemang.
Lemang.
Lemang. L-E-M-A-N-G.
Okay, Lemang.
We are about to try something called Lemang, and it is basically a bamboo stalk that is stuffed with sticky rice and coconut milk and also salt and sugar, and it's just crazy smoky here, and we're right on the side of the street. It's a really cool spot and it looks really good. We've also ordered up some beef rendang, which she mentioned is commonly eaten alongside the lemang. So it is very hot still, and that looks awesome. It just kind of looks like some really, really sticky rice. I'm gonna dip it in this beef rendang. Get a piece of beef with it. Oh yeah. Whoa.
It's good?
Very good. Oh, that rendang is amazing. It's quite spicy, but the lemongrass in there is amazing. And this rice is awesome as well. You can see it's sort of tinged because it's also wrapped in a banana leaf to stop it from sticking to the bamboo stalk. And that is like a very sticky glutinous rice. And it does a good job at soaking up this rendang. Oh man, that's really good. Super, super smoky, super fragrant.
With onion.
Onion?
Yeah, and coconut.
Okay,
Yeah.
wanna try it?
Yeah.
You dip it in
And
rendang
chili
too?
padi. No.
No, just eat like this?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's very good.
Spicy?
A little bit spicy.
Yeah. Let's
You
try
can taste
this.
onion. You want to try, Sabrina?
Sure. Thank you.
So I don't know if you can tell, but my eyes are like watering because there's a massive fire cooking all the lemang over here. And we are just feasting, and this rendang with it is incredible. So let's go for another little dip. Get a piece of beef. Oh man, you can just see lemongrass in there. The rendang is almost a little bit sour. Very, very sweet as well. And also, the smokiness from that rice is just incredible. It coats your whole mouth in this like smoke kind of burnt charcoal flavor. So as you can see, all the lemang are cooking away here. She told us that they cook for about 2 hours before they're finished. So the bamboo stalk is actually lined with leaf, banana leaf, and then stuffed with the sticky rice. And then every once in a while she'll kind of work the sticky rice down and mix in a little bit of coconut milk, and it gives it that amazing fragrance and aroma. It's really good, super smoky, and goes nicely with that rendang as well. So the food was extremely delicious, but also the owner here was extremely friendly. So if you guys are ever in this area, make sure to check out C7 is the stall here, and you won't be disappointed. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, have a good day. This is such an amazing morning market. This is the Pasar Basar Marang here in Terengganu, and I just love to come to these morning markets. Every new country and city that we go to, I always like to make sure I visit a morning market. It's just so incredible to see the local culture and the locals just living their life, and then the diversity of all the ingredients that you will be eating in the local dishes. This morning market is extremely cool, and there's so much good looking food inside, but we've picked out one thing specifically, and this is called apam balik. Basically, it is just a pancake, and these are common throughout Southeast Asia, and you can order all kinds of different ingredients. We ordered up the chocolate chip with corn, and I believe she put crushed peanuts and sugar in there as well, and just check that out. It is oozing with chocolate. So let's dig in. Okay, this is extremely hot, and it feels really like fluffy. I'm gonna try to rip off a piece here. Oh, that is hot. The insides are like molten. Okay. It's kind of like sort of uncooked on the inside. So it's really kind of creamy, but then the outside is really fluffy. But the corn in there and then the batter that hasn't been cooked sort of makes it like really creamy on the inside, which I wasn't really expecting. And then that is extremely sweet from that chocolate, and then I can also taste those little crushed peanuts in there as well. Check out how sloppy this is. It is just smeared with chocolate everywhere. And really what makes this unique, I guess, is that cream corn on the inside. So it adds like a little bit of sweetness and a lot of creaminess as well. And it has cooled down a little bit, so let's take another bite. Oh yeah. It's like half cooked on the inside, so really, really creamy, especially with that cream corn in there, and then super sweet and chocolatey as well. So we are stopping at our next location today to have a very famous snack from Terengganu. We're having something called Keropok Lekor. And as you can imagine, Terengganu is super famous for all its seafood dishes. And as you can see, we have just come down to the beach to enjoy our little snack. So you can just imagine that all the seafood here is extremely fresh. Okay, so our Keropok Lekor has come in sort of like a newspaper wrap, and this is quite heavy. So let's open this up and take a look at these guys. Oh yeah, there's quite a lot, and there's some chili sauce in here as well. And I can actually feel them. They're definitely fresh out of the fryer. Oh yeah, there they are. So let's kind of unravel these guys and get a closer look. And I could just feel the oil coming off them. So there they are. This is the Keropok Lekor, which is basically like a fish sausage. So it's minced spiced fish and then fried in a ton of oil. And to be honest, it doesn't look the most appetizing food I've ever seen. In fact, it kind of looks like intestines or a little bit like kind of a turd. You will see it everywhere on the side of the road. So as I mentioned, it is just kind of a fish paste or a fish cake, but it is also mixed with palm starch to give it kind of a spongy texture. And it is commonly eaten with chili sauce. So we actually bought ourselves a whole bottle because we did not know it was served with a small bag. So I think what I'm going to do for my first bite here is actually just dip it right into the chili sauce, or right into the bottle. Give it a nice soaking, and that should be a good bite. It is just like a fish cake, just like any other fish cake I've ever had, but that sauce is a little bit sweet, so that gives it another dimension. And it is quite kind of like spongy from that palm starch in there. I don't see the big draw in it, but I mean, these are a nice little snack to have on the beach here in Terengganu. So we have come to have a very famous dish here in Terengganu, actually two different dishes. So the first one we have here is called Otak-Otak. So it's actually a little piece of spiced fish on the inside and then wrapped in these, I think this is banana leaf or a part of the banana leaf, and then it is roasted over charcoal just to a crisp, almost to the point where it's actually bursting out of the banana leaf. And this one is slightly different than the Satar. So over here, this is Satar, and these are, as you see, kind of like triangular shaped. And the main difference between these two, from what I understand, is the Satar actually has minced fish on the inside, whereas the other Otak-Otak has actually a chunk of fish. And they're both spiced with different things like coconut, chilies, some salts, all kinds of different delicious spices. And they're then, the Satar is then put onto kind of a big long skewer and roasted over the same really hot charcoal right to a complete crisp. So these look delicious. Let's dig in. Okay, I'm gonna start with these Otak-Otak, and they are just pounding these out. There is so many people waiting to eat these, so I'm really excited. So let's open this up, and as you can see, they were grilling it at such a hot temperature, it was actually almost like oozing out of the banana leaf. And these are kind of just like snack-sized bites. Oh yeah, there we go. So as you can see, there's a big piece of the spiced fish in there. It's like a perfect little nugget, actually. Oh yeah. Okay, that is awesome. That is just super smoky. It has that almost like burnt flavor, charcoal flavor. A little bit spicy from the chilies in there, a little bit salty, and that is like a firm fish. But they're not skimping on that, because that is like a perfect nugget-sized fish bite. Also tastes like coconut in there, all kinds of spices, maybe some lemongrass as well. Okay, I'm gonna actually go for one more. This one, as you can see, is like broken from them grilling it over the hot heat, and they do not go lightly on the spice. Oh man, yes. Okay, let's actually get the rest of that spice in there. Okay. That one was almost a little bit sweet. So let's try the Satar now. And as I said, these guys look a little bit different. They are wrapped up in a triangular shaped banana leaf, and these are the minced fish. So I'm not exactly sure how they wrap these up. It's pretty intricate. Where do I begin to unravel this? Oh, there we go. So it kind of fell out there. And as you can see, it is even burned right through that banana leaf. And this is a more of like a fish cake, minced fish texture than the chunk of fish in the Otak-Otak. Okay, that has a more of like a seafoody flavor. And you can definitely taste some like onions in there too. Oh, that's good. I would say they're very similar, but I believe the Otak-Otak has more of like a burnt flavor, probably just because of the way that they're wrapped. The charcoal grill has an easier time getting the flavor right into the fish. I think I like these better because they're just like perfect little nuggets and they're still warm. Oh yeah, that is a beautiful little fish nugget. Oh yeah, I prefer these definitely. So we are actually in the southern part of Terengganu, about 2-hour drive from Kuala Terengganu city, and this spot is extremely popular for these. I read that this was the best spot in all of Malaysia to actually get this because this is a very popular Terengganu dish. So the place we're at right now is called Warlang Otak-Otak Chewan, and I would definitely recommend you come try these out if you're ever in the area, especially the Otak-Otak. These are amazing. Alright, like I said, this place is super popular and they're pretty much sold out, and it's only about 12:30, so make sure you come early if you are going to come here. But that was awesome. I think the key here is that the meat is boneless and also that it is cooked over that charcoal. Just check out these grilling away. We are at our last stop today on our breakfast food tour of Terengganu, and we are having an East Coast specialty. This is Nasi Dagang. Essentially, Nasi Dagang is a fish curry on rice, and I believe that they commonly use tuna. So this restaurant is extremely popular for the Nasi Dagang, and this is a East Coast specialty, as I mentioned, especially for breakfast. So this restaurant is just pumping out the Nasi Dagang served on this banana leaf, and they just have huge like cauldrons of curry cooking inside and a big chunk of fish right on top of this lovely bed of rice. So let's dig in. So I'm gonna make this first bite count. I'm gonna get a big chunk of that tuna and then quite a bit of the curry as well, and of course the rice, and that should be a good bite. Oh yeah, oh man, that's so good. It's quite spicy actually, but like rich with coconut milk. And you can kind of feel every grain of rice in there because it's sort of like not a sticky rice at all, but kind of just separates in your mouth. And then that fish is just tender, does not describe that fish. That is just totally flaky. Okay, I'm gonna go in for another bite with a big piece of fish here. Oh yeah, that's a meaty fish. So it's a pretty simple dish, Nasi Dagang, but certainly it's all about that curry. It is just so packed with flavor, and more than likely most of the spices in that curry are coming from that morning market we were just at. But I think I could bring it up a notch, and that is with this condiment on the table. I believe this is sort of like a pickled chili mixture, probably vinegar, and we've got some green and red chilies, so let's take those and just throw them over here. Oh yeah, that should bring the spice level up, and also probably a little bit of sourness from that vinegar. Okay, let's try that. That definitely brings the heat and those chilies are just pickled nicely in some like sour vinegar, and then mixing with that, it's sort of like a sweet, really rich, creamy curry. It goes really well, kind of cuts the sort of heaviness of that coconut milk. Okay, that's gonna be good. Let's get a piece of fish, some chilies, and take a bite. Oh, a tuna. Okay guys, totally polished off that banana leaf of Nasi Dagang. That was amazing. I can see why that's so popular here. It's really just simple, but the key here is fresh ingredients. That tuna was ridiculously fresh, and then that curry was just so spicious and full of flavor. It is really just an amazing dish. So we still have a few more stops on our road trip across Malaysia, and we're gonna be making a lot more videos. So I hope you'll stay tuned for those. Make sure to subscribe so you get a notification, and hit that bell so you are alerted when we do post a new video. And leave me any questions you have in the comment box. Leave a big thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next episode, guys. Bye-bye.